welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be learning how to make Jesus cam, Santa cam, and elf cam glitter ornaments. So for these ornaments, we're going to be using the Deco Art Dur Clear Gloss Varnish, a 3-inch plastic disc ornament, fine glitter, a cupcake liner, and the bottom of a solo cup that I just cut. We're going to start off by removing the top part of the ornament. Super simple to do. You want to make sure that you add a good amount of varnish into your ornament. This is crucial because if you don't add enough and then you add some later after you start coating it, it could leave some uneven streaks and you don't want that. So like I said, be generous with the varnish. Whatever's left over, we will save and put back in the bottle. This next part is super simple. Just go ahead and start rotating your ornament. Get that good even coat on the inside. Whatever's left over, like I said, we will save. Once most of the ornament is covered, I face it down into the cup. We want to make sure that we save that varnish and let it sit for a few seconds. I also like to grab a napkin and kind of just dab the opening of the ornament so whatever extra drippage doesn't fall back into the ornament whenever I'm ready to put the glitter inside. Next, we add our glitter. Add a good amount. Whatever you don't use, get saved. Don't worry. Rotate it like you did the varnish. Make sure you get a good full coat. Let it organically fall out of the ornament. You don't have to shake it. If you shake it, then you run the risk of having bare spots, and we don't want that. Guys, look at this beautiful coat. Next, we are going to place the cap back on. Gently retract the hook, not all the way. You don't want to remove it. Place the cap back on and gently give it a push, and you will snap the hook back into place. For this next part, I already have our design cut and weeded. I'm going to be using the Santa cam for this ornament. Next, I'm going to grab a piece of transfer tape, which I will use to transfer the design over to the ornament. But before I do this, I like to stage where my camera lens is going to go. So I grab a piece of scrap tape, something that's not going to damage the outside of the ornament, gently place the lens where I intend it to go. That way I have a good idea of how much space I have to work with when it comes to transferring my vinyl. Now we are ready to transfer our design, and at this moment I realized that my son took my scraper and squeegee to play with, so luckily it's not that intricate of a design. I was able to transfer it just using the pressures on my fingers. Before transferring over the design, I do remove the camera lens and tape. It just makes it a little bit easier to work with. I also have a cup holder which fits my ornament in perfectly. If you don't have one of these, a simple roll of tape will do. One of my favorite things about these ornaments is that they are plastic, but they look like glass. So they are completely pet and baby proof. I also get to add a little added pressure when transferring the design without harming the ornament or running the risk of it breaking in my hands. After transferring the word Santa, I do restage my lens in the center of the ornament. This helps me keep my spacing and center when I have to add the second piece of vinyl. I did forget to mention to you guys that I made my design in Cricut Design Space using the circle shape in the dimensions of my ornament, which were 3 by 3. This definitely helped assure me that I wouldn't make my design too big or too small. Now that we're ready to transfer the second piece of the design, I do have this space to work with. I did also give myself a little bit of leeway room, so I shifted the lens just up slightly to ensure that it was spaced perfectly and centered. Once I was ready to commit to the vinyl on the location of the ornament, I did remove the tape and the lens because I knew that at that point my design was going to be centered and spaced evenly. Now that this final piece is done and we're ready for the big reveal, I staged the lens with another piece of tape, but when I'm ready to permanently add it to our ornaments, I use Gem Tack. It's a glue I use for all my rhinestone projects, and I'll link it below. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Here we have each one of our ornaments in the colors that we offer. Let's stay in touch, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Give me your thoughts in the comments, and if this is something you redo, I'd love to see your work, so make sure you tag us. Bye, guys.